Once again, welcome to Antigua.
Thank you.
And we're off. Pier Cornwall Bird. Pier Cornwall Bird was the first Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda. He took us to independence in 1981. We were a part of the British. This is our public market square area. White fence, everyone's living in. He started this one the other day. He said he wants everyone to have their home. Clay soil. The clay soil is what is like Play-Doh. When you can wet it and you can shape it into anything. So that's what the Rastafarians use. It's the second largest village on the island. And All Saints Village is in the center of Antigua. And to the eastern side of All Saints is where you have Betty's home. I love the strawberry ice cream.
That's pretty.
It's name from Sir Lord Nelson, who was an Englishman. He's the first admiral of the Leeward Islands. Up at the top of the hill there, you have the building up at the top there, that's Shirley Heights. Shirley Heights got its name from Sir Thomas Shirley. He was an ex-Englishman. He was the first Governor General of the Leeward Islands. So he used to have an overlook from the top, and at the back of the island there were two French islands at the back. Now Antigua was took over by the British in 1632. And in 1666, the French from the way that a lot of people gather, you're going to have a little argument or disagreement sometimes. So they put the first courthouse here. So it was a wooden structure courthouse before it became the Anglican Church.
Oh, wow.
When it was a courthouse, it got hit by an earthquake. Then they built it over, then it got struck by a lightning. Dance floor, pizza parlors. In the night around here comes to life. This is when you have all the restaurants, food, dance floor, everything. This is the Nelson Dockyard area, right here. Look.
And there's something else there. It's a jellyfish. There's something else there.
In front of the pineapple, going to the left, that's what you call the salsa. He's teething, cry a lot in the night, and you make him a tea, use the leaf and make a tea. He will sleep like a charm until morning. So you can just make a roadway and just walk straight so and go about your business. You don't have to be worrying about it. It's a bit cloudy today. Usually you'll see an island right there you call Montserrat. Montserrat is a volcano island. Erupted in 1997. All the ashes came over here. No one could go to school or work. But it's cloudy today. This is Curtain Bluff Hotel. This is the back of it. We are now in Erlin's village. Hotel.
Coco's Hotel. Let's go to school or they didn't? Where'd you go? Hi guys.
They're outside, so I guess they got school.
They're at recess.
So we did just finish our tour. Recommendation. Yeah, you see all the guys in yellow shirts, not so many now, but later. You walk all the way down. About halfway there will be about $35 per person. We got it for $20 a person, so same tour for the most part. So just keep an eye on it. Give you more details. Alright, so once you get off of this ship, you'll come to where we just were. You'll see a bunch of people in yellow shirts. That is the, I guess, terminology would be licensed vendor tour operators on the area. First set we went to was about halfway down, $35 per person. Took you around the island, stopped off at the beach. Shirley Heights was the only thing they didn't go to, and that was an extra $15. I don't recall if it was through them or not. But we walked down, and we actually ended up getting towards the end, and like where the yellow shirt people kind of end, and they said $20, just about the same tour. So we were like, okay, let's go for it. So we did the tour. Tour was a lot of fun. Drove around a good portion of the island. Great tour operator. He was really, really good. Highly recommend.
Inserting his information now.
Yeah, we'll put his information here and also down below so you guys can check him out. And then we just toured the island, stopped off a few points here and there, stopped off at one of the beaches, and I'll put some footage in if I didn't already. But the beach was beautiful. We're gonna actually check that out for maybe a future trip. And then he dropped us off right outside of the port area. So now we're heading back onto the ship for some lunch.
Yeah, I'm okay.
No?
I,
No.
Another game show waiting here. It is Finish the Song. Now before we get into that, let me just introduce myself. My name is the microphone. Good. Alright, don't be scared, the microphone is your friend. Alright, Carol, here we go with the first song. wow, there's so many of you. I don't think I've ever had this many teams before in this game show. Welcome everyone, this is Majority Rules. Now this is a late night, and it is pink tonight, well done. 5 points to you. Yes, very pink tonight. Tonight is an adult game show, okay. So is anybody in the... Screwing on a cruise ship balcony.
We've got anal.
We've got BDSM. Now I have actually put these anal.
Anal. I know. I can't believe it. They called us a kink, Darren.
Us?
Well, it's not like we've got a selection box down there that can go in, have you? It goes in one. Oh my gosh, Snake, I can't believe it. Livid. We're a kink. Anal, a kink.
Now I separated these off.